At the time of the creation of this video, it's been approximately 12 weeks since the passing of my stepdad and then my mom just 4 days later. Great looking couple, aren't they? This experience had me helping them on their journey of dealing with vascular dementia that came out of small strokes that each of them suffered nearly 8 years ago. You know, if you're an adult child of parents who've had strokes that led to vascular dementia, you have to wonder, could this happen to me, to my siblings? I cannot begin to tell you how many people I've run into in these last 12 weeks who've shared and reached out to say something is happening to my parent, or so-and-so has dementia. It happened from a stroke. So much of my health and wellness practice has expanded, particularly my senior wellness programs, because of this journey. And while I appreciate all the education I received along the way, especially from the Alzheimer's Association, who shared so many free resources of how to cope, and I do mean cope. And if you think that your parent might be going through this, even your spouse, maybe even yourself, I highly recommend you attend their free all-day seminar to learn more about this really yucky disease. The truth is, however, in my experience, is that they are not much closer to finding a solution, which is why I have two very important new tools to share with you today. Two tools I learned about after Mom and Dad passed. And I mean just 2 days after Mom passed. I was never able to help them earlier in their journey. My journey was so much about trying to manage conditions that no one else had answers for either. And so while they were alive, I looked for ways that I could make them more comfortable and, more importantly, as safe as possible. You can learn more about some of these tools at our website, accesscompletewellness.com. Search under services where you'll find our Access Senior Wellness program. But the exciting news today is that there's a lot of research that's now backing up and supporting these tools that I'm going to share with you. And there's going to be some additional videos in this newsletter segment. And here's what I want to share. What if the research is right? What if we have an opportunity to really make a difference for all the rest of us? So there's two new tools and a former tool I've worked with before. The first tool is very, very exciting. It measures brain cell health. It's done with a blood stick test and then an online cognition test. It's a fabulous tool that works and looks at the risk of dementia. It looks at short-term memory, attention and behavior concerns, concussion resiliency, or I would call stroke resiliency, healthy weight and aging, and chronic pain and inflammation. Because the bottom line is, if your brain is not healthy and functioning well, it cannot lead the nervous system to direct the rest of the body. So to learn more about this first tool, be sure to watch the videos that are in this newsletter and reach back out to us to order your brain cell health assessment. And I would do that immediately. And by the way, don't think for a minute that this is only for older people and that this is only for people that are trying to address brain health only. That would be a tremendous mistake. This test is looking at inflammation and fatty acid deficiency, or literally the climate in every type of cell, not just the brain cells. It's like a cell biopsy. There's fatty acids that impact long-term health and inflammation, and that impacts digestion and cognition, pain, etc. And 95% of you watching this are impacted today by these markers, regardless of your age. For instance, take a young athlete that receives a concussion. Bingo, you just found a kid on every other soccer field, football field, or even a gymnastics studio. Now, the second tool works on a series of brain drills. Really cool stuff. This tool works on vision, who wouldn't like that? Mobility, balance, and they all coincide with the body systems that allow the brain to process information. There are 3 ways that the brain brings in information, processes it, and then spits it out in the form of feedback. And so whether that means you can see well, or you have aches or pains, or maybe even you might feel unsafe in certain areas of performance, things you used to do that you no longer do. So what do I mean by performance? A performance example might be feeling safe in a day-to-day activity. Performance to you might mean, oh, you have to be an athlete or an amazing dancer with tremendous hand-eye coordination. Things that you do every day to help them be the best that they can be on an athletic field or a dance stage. But what about people like us, the everyday people? I mean, to me, performance is getting up, going to work, something more simple. Maybe in areas in your everyday life where your performance is different than it used to be. Performance could be eyesight, sleeping better, feeling safe, driving on a busy freeway. Maybe it's a weekly outing with your friends to play tennis or golf. But now your elbow or your shoulder hurts and you can't do that like you used to. That's what performance means to people like us. These are the kind of brain performance things that are everyday things, and maybe you used to do them with ease yesterday. And that's the kind of stuff that we're talking about working on, where you can actually measure the difference. So I encourage you to watch our 2 new videos on our brain drills next, and you'll get to start to see where we're going and how we're going to tie these aspects of proper nutrition and making sure that you're really getting what your brain needs for food, and building in these brain drills to help bring about performance change in the everyday sense of the word. And then the third tool for our brain program is Body Talk Access. It's a 1-day class that provides a brain balancing technique. And in fact, we're going to offer that in the newsletter, a way to balance your brain, but also more full body support in the form of a stress management technique, a way to better hydrate your body at the cellular level, and a body chemistry technique to address the flu, things like that. And then a full body realigning technique, as well as an invaluable tool for fast aid. So whether you're a parent at home, you work in a stressful office, or you have a sprained ankle on a soccer field, there is something in this class for everybody. So February 16th, that class is going to be, it's from 9 to 5. There is an early bird special that we're offering, and it goes from now until February 1st. So I hope you'll take advantage of that and know that these tools are there to guide you and direct you in a way that we think is going to make significant improvements in your brain health. Thank you for being part of our journey. Heads up.